So I'm filming this video today to talk about a project that I've been working on for some time called personalaIpublicist.com. The idea for the project came from my feeling after a long day of work that there's a lot of things that I want to post about or talk about that are interesting to me in my personal life, whether that's startups, technology, cooking, football, soccer, all of these things that I have passing interest in. And I've always thought it would be interesting to build content and create things alongside those interests. But I don't have a lot of time. I'm working 40 hours a week, sometimes even more. And at the end of a long day, the last thing I want to do is sit down and write a 500-word blog all by myself. So I had this thought. Wealthy people are able to go off and get much more done because they have access to humans that the middle class and the lower class just don't. They have publicists, they have lawyers, they have accountants, people that are part of their team that can assist them. But now that AI has been out and available for about 3 years, well, maybe the rest of us have an opportunity to get a piece of that pie, to have some sort of digital assistant that is hopefully as good as the real thing, but even if it's not, it's better than nothing. And we have tools at our disposal now if we're able to use the technology to our advantage as common everyday people, small business owners, aspiring content creators to take care of the extra work outside of creating content. So with that being said, I launched a landing page for this idea a long time ago, about a month and a half now. And the whole goal of the product was to be able to turn news, some sort of input source, into actionable content. Now, long term, I would like there to be other sources of input to your publicist. Just like you would have a real life publicist, this publicist would know things about you. It would understand you. It would know what you're interested in. It would know your political leanings. It would know maybe you got a promotion at work, major things that happened in your life. And then this publicist would go off and make content for you and post about you and promote you. And it would do so in your best interest. So for now, the best way to at least get that idea started was news. News is categorized, it's based on interests, and if you and your setup tell me you're interested in startups, but you also like football, and maybe you are interested in the art scene, you select those things during onboarding, and then we give you news recommendations on a daily basis. You will receive an email, you'll click that email, and you'll land onto the site. When you land onto the site, you'll have the ability to train your personal AI publicist and then have it draft content for you. We'll never post anything without your approval. You'll always come in, whether it's through mobile, through our mobile website, or on a desktop, and look at the content that's been generated, make your tweaks, and then go ahead and post. For our first version, we're going to support a Twitter integration, but long term, I think it's really useful if we can support blogs. That way, when you generate some more meaty piece of content, let's say a YouTube video, or let's say a podcast or a blog that you write yourself, the system will long term be able to take a look at that and then go and make the peripheral pieces of content for you based on that. So if that's post on LinkedIn, if that's post on X, that's the overall idea of the product. So let's jump in and do a quick demo. I'll go in here and I'll make a quick account. Great. So this is just a quick welcome screen to tell you how the product works. The first thing we need to do is learn a little bit about you. We'll just collect some basic information. Great, and now the important part. What are you interested in? So let's say we care about the environment, travel, and US politics. Those are things you would like to generate content about in the future. Great. Now we need to teach our writing assistant. We need to teach it, do we use a lot of emojis? Do we use a lot of hashtags, punctuation, grammar, but also our political leanings? Things like this would be useful as writing samples to add here. So let's go and pick a quick political figure, or public figure is probably a better word for that here. We'll use Mark Cuban. All right, so let's take this, plug it in here. Looks like it's a little long. Trim that down a bit. And we could go on and add multiple if we would like here. Great. Let's teach our writing style AI. Great. And let's connect to X. Cool. So now here on the left-hand side, we have our selection of news. Let's pick an article we'd like to make a tweet about. Okay, this seems interesting. To fight like Trump, Gavin Newsom acts more like him. Let's generate a quick post about that. Okay, California's governor is taking a bold turn with social media, using it as a tool akin to partisan gerrymandering against the president. This raises a question about the evolution of political strategy in the digital age and the implication of democratic transparency. Kind of sounds along the lines of what Mark Cuban might talk about. He's digital age. It would maybe back some of his technological past and present. Let's trim some of this, right? We can add our own thoughts here. Let's say, will this work for Newsom in the modern age? And with Trump being a dominating media presence? Say that, right? Okay, and let's post. All right, so you'll see here on the right-hand side, there's your post, and there's a link to that post itself. Okay, great. You also can see the full history of all your posts here as well. Wonderful. One more thing I should show real quick in our demo. If you have any questions about the product, if you have any feature requests, things like that, please contact me. I was about to say us, but me, because I'm the only one working on the product at the moment. Here, I'll be happy to get back to you as quickly as possible. With that being said, what's next? I think it would be very interesting for the personalaIpublicist.com to run its own publications, its own marketing, its own SEO. So what that will be is a blog feature that comes next, and then Personal AI Publicist will have its own Twitter account. It will have its own blog that is largely run by it itself. I will always be in the loop, so as you will be. It'll never post on its own, and I'll always be a part of the puzzle of creating that content. But the time to do so should go down dramatically to the point where myself with a full-time job can also manage the content for this platform and long-term things that I'm interested in, like startups and sports, football, things like that. I think would be really cool to be able to talk more about and then have this tool to help me get my word out and get my opinion out into the world faster. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like it.